Okay, where are we again?
King Nzinga has found a way to marry Beatrice, but Inita is angry and threatens to kill him. King Nzinga confronts Diego as Inita has decided to stop his brother. Inita is stealing slaves from Congo to add to his army. Beatrice provides a plot to catch Inita's men.
Ah, brilliant! Now, let's conclude this story.
My king, we now know from our spies that Inita has rallied supporters and soldiers from 2 of the neighboring kingdoms. He has convinced them to be afraid of the presence of the white man, saying their kingdoms will be next. He has also told them that since the presence of the white man, their access to the port at Soho has been reduced. And also, he has promised to grant them full access to the ports when he becomes king.
What? This is not good.
Then Beatrice steps in. She looks up at everyone, beginning to enjoy this role and position of power she has created for herself and allowed by the king.
I don't see why you are all worried. General, tell your spies to get us information about the size of his army, horses and ships if any. Let them let us know when he wants to attack. My king, put more guards but dressed as civilians and slaves around the slave camp. A few more dressed as civilians around the school and church. When next they come, they would become our slaves. Then tell Diogo not to worry, for when these slave raiders and Inita's rebellion is quenched, he will have the quality slaves he so desires.
The men look at each other, taken aback with the presence of a lady while discussing such official matters. The king walks towards Betrayal and says,
Brilliant! Just brilliant. Yeah, I hope never to be your enemy. Now I know why your king valued you so much and had to pay so much for him to let you go.
Well, why are you men still here? Leave at once and put the plan into action.
The general doesn't budge as he's shocked to be given orders by a woman. The king then comes to her rescue.
Mpanzu, General, let's capture some slaves and plan for Nkita's fall.
The moon gradually looms over the Kingdom of Congo. It seems business as usual around the town, but not this night. As Nkita's men lurk in the bushes around the slave camp and the church, it is a calculated attack to free more slaves and burn down the church. But this raid is doomed to fail before it actually commences, as they have been betrayed. As Nkita's men open the door of the slave camp, the first man meets his maker with a spear in his chest. As he falls backwards on Mother Earth, the others step back. A moment of indecision. Go forward or retreat. Then a scream. It's a trap! Retreat! But before they can turn and run, they are surrounded by soldiers, both disguised and bare-bodied. They look up as they hear screams. Exactly this same thing is happening at the church. The next day, the army general is at the king's private quarters. The king is informed of his presence. He comes out to meet him with a smile on his face. He is about saying something, but is beaten to it by the general.
My king, information has reached me Nkita attacks tomorrow. He plans to come in from the north. We are not sure exactly what time, but we will be ready.
Well done, General. But first, I need to congratulate you, as I did my wife, on the capture of the slave raiders and stopping the attack to burn down the church by Nkita's men. I'm glad to hear the army is ready. Let's discuss strategy. Are your spies here?
Yes, my king.
Bring them in. We need as much information about my brother's attack. Also get one of the guards to bring in Wazo. I need to consult the gods. When Wazo leaves, he should then bring a priest to pray over the army and give them Kirisi Nkisi.
Later that day, the army of Congo is prepared for war. We see the king about to mount his horse, ready for battle, as he places a pouch containing seeds, the feather of a cock and cowries in his breast pocket. Then he wears a bead over his head, all given to him by Wazo, along with a scapular given by the priest, all for protection. He mounts his horse, turns around, looks at his army with pride, a mixture of the young and matured, spears and guns, people willing to die for him, for the kingdom. He raises up his staff and points it in the direction of war. Nkita has been captured. The war is over. Congo is safe. The king is with his sons Mvemba and Mpanzu and the general. He has Nkita brought before him, hands tied behind his back. They all look at him with pity and a sense of sadness.
Look at all of you. You can't even look at me. In your hearts, you know I was right. We have to rid our kingdom of these foreigners. You think you are free or better off? The truth is you are all slaves. I should open your eyes and realize it before it's too late. Mpanzu, let me ask you this. Who will be king when your father dies?
It should be me, as I am the first son of the king.
That cannot be, brother. It should be me, as my mother is our king's first wife.
See? Zinga, are your eyes open? Are you seeing? No one is talking about the council anymore. The ones who are meant to decide from the ruling clan, our next king, rather than this white man's way of the first son of the king. Is this what we want to adopt now? Nzinga, it seems your sons are going to fight for this throne. And without the electors, only your family will rule. The gods help us.
They all pause and look at each other.
Leave us. I'm sorry, Nkita. This is the last thing I wanted. You brought this upon yourself.
Zinga, look around you. The capital is filled with the presence of foreigners doing things alien to our culture and stealing from us, as well as even taking our brothers and sisters as slaves. Our religion roared, sacred sites desecrated. Your bureaucrats are taking bribes as they don't have to answer to Wazoo. I pray I am not alive to see the consequences.
Nothing is going to happen. Jesus and the gods will protect us. I agree. I did seek the help of the gods for this battle. I still observe our traditional rights and values. But Nkita, you are wrong. We are prospering. There's development, education, and improved army. I believe both worlds can coexist. But brother, as you have decided not to be part of progress, you will be sold as a slave.
Nzinga, you can't. The humiliation. I rather you kill me.
I'm sorry, Nkita, but this has to serve as an example. No one will deter us from reaching our optimum potential. Guards, come and take him away.
The guards are unaware that Nkita has freed himself, and as one pulls him up, Nkita sneakily steals his knife and stabs him in the chest. The second reacts by raising his spear. He gets the knife in his forehead and drops dead instantly. Nkita moves quickly across the room, Another knife from the guard now in his hand. The king is unaware of the threat to his life as his back is turned.
Remember the last time we met in Zinga? I said the next time we meet, one of us must die.
I'm sorry, Nkita. I hope we never meet again.
Oh, that is certainly true in Zinga. As you meet our father today.
The king turns around only to see Nkita about to thrust the knife in him. But he is stopped by 2 arrows in his back and is pierced through his heart. Nkita tries to slum on his brother, but the king moves away, and his last vision of the mat and the calabash. He slums on it till he's dead. The king looks at the soldiers who have saved his life. Immediately they go down on one knee. He calls in the guards and orders them to arrest the soldiers that killed his brother. The king is alone, thinking about recent events. Then tears begin rolling down his cheeks as he begins to feel he has strayed from the path of his father.